Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Self-Love Sunday Live. In today's session, I am going to be talking about a visualization block. But before I get into it, and I know some of you are joining in right now, I just wanted to let you know that I'm back this week. I had a couple of weeks break, which was really, really good, really nice to just have some time for myself. And I am going to be teaching a retreat on the 8th of Feb. So I think a lot of you know about the retreat. So I'm going to be teaching that on the 8th of Feb in Bushy near Watford. And it's going to be a day of like self-love basically. So if you really want to up your self-love game and you really want to do something nice for yourself, join me for the retreat. I'll be teaching yoga and there will be a dynamic yoga class. There'll also be a restorative yoga class. There'll be some really healthy Indian Gujarati food, which is going to be really nice alongside the yoga practice. So food that is easy to digest and works well alongside yoga. And there'll also be some beautiful sound healing from Anjana, and that is going to be amazing. And it will be such a beautiful day. So if you want to join me, just send me a DM with the words self-love, and I will send you a link with all the details. But to get into today's session, so today's session is a visualization block, and what I wanted to talk about today is because it's the beginning of the year, January, there is so many people talking about visualization and visualization boards and creating and manifesting the future ahead and setting goals for 2025, which is really beautiful. And I really advocate that. And I really have always advocated that and done that myself and really had lots of results from that. But I think if you have been through a heartbreak or a major life change, a transition, an unexpected change in your life, which has changed the course of your future, it can be really, really difficult to see the future and the path ahead and the road ahead. So I wanted to talk about that today because that's something I've experienced, and I also want to validate that it's okay that if you can't see the future, if you cannot see the future and you just don't know what direction you're going to be going in, and if you have experienced some of those changes that I mentioned, that it's okay, that it's just give yourself full compassion and love and accept that that is okay. But it's not always going to be like this. It will change and you will start to create a future for yourself. So like I said, I always kind of grew up like visualizing what I wanted for my future. And at the start of a new year, I would visualize the year ahead and what I wanted to create. I would write down goals and all of that kind of thing. And a lot of what I visualized, I created, and a lot of the dreams that I wanted to follow manifested, which was really amazing and beautiful. And then I think when I went through my separation and divorce and my heartbreak, it really changed the course of my life and the direction that I wanted to go in. And I really could not see a future ahead of me. And I just did not know where I would be. I didn't know where I would be living. I didn't know how often I'd be seeing my kids. I didn't know where I'd be working, if I'd even get back into work again, because I wasn't working at the time. And it was really, really painful. And because I had always just known what I wanted from my life, to be in a place where you just don't know, can actually be really, really scary. So I think I felt a lot of fear. And in order to move through that, and I think what naturally happened was I fell into the space of just survival, like taking a day at a time and just moving through the responsibilities of my day. So that being just waking up, showering, eating, making good healthy food for myself, looking after my kids, taking them to school and nursery, nourishing them, looking after them, running to their needs and requirements. And, you know, like I said, like cooking and looking after myself in that way, that was really my main focus. At the time, I wasn't working. I really wanted to get back into work, but actually, every time I tried to get back into my work, there was just a block, because I think the universe was helping me to just stop, to actually just pause and take a moment to not worry about the future, that the future will take care of itself. And all I needed to do was to just pause and to really be in the moment. So I think it's actually a really beautiful thing that I couldn't see the future ahead, because it gave me the opportunity to really just stop, to really be in the moment of the here and now, and to really be present with myself and with my children, and to just focus on what I was doing each day. And also what I want to say, that in that moment of just survival, just moving through each day at a time, I also made sure that I was doing my inner work. And this is key, and this is what I want you to take away. So if you've been through this space of that you can't see the future ahead, and you just don't know what direction you're going in, that you've been through some sort of a heartbreak or a transition or a change, and you just, the future you thought you had has been taken away from you, and you don't know which direction you're going to go in, I would definitely say that it's really important that you do the inner work. And what is the inner work? And I always talk about this. The inner work is the self-care, the yoga, the meditation, the journaling, the counseling, and any other way that you can process your emotions and your feelings. And that can be then also seeking help from others. So if you need to go to a healer, or you need to do that sound healing, or you just need to get a massage to help you just release the stress and the tension in your body, do that. Do all those things for yourself, because in that moment when you're doing all of that, you don't need to worry about what's going to happen in the future. The future will take care of itself. And I promise you, I really promise you, that if you do the inner work, if you do all that work, you will then find the clarity to create the future that is meant for you. The future that is meant for you. And it will flow, and things will just start to happen and come to you, and opportunities, and you'll start to see a different path. And it might not be the path that you had always wanted before, but it's going to be a different path, and you will start to fall in love with it. Like, I really guarantee that you will start to fall in love with it, because it will be so full of love. It will be so beautiful, and it will be effortless and easy. So you won't have to keep hitting blocks or walls. You won't be pushed back. You will just sail through things. And I really feel like that did happen to me. And I think I worked through all of my stuff, and I was in that survival mode, definitely in that survival mode, just being in the present moment, being with myself, doing my inner work. And at the time, like I said, it was scary, and I felt like I didn't totally trust the universe. I didn't know if the universe really had my back. I knew that I was doing the right thing, absolutely 100% knew that I was doing the right thing. I knew that it was a great act of self-love that I was doing, but at the same time, I wasn't sure which direction I was going in. But then slowly, over time, I started to see like different opportunities came up for me. I started to knew then where I was going to live, and how my structure of my week was going to be, the structure for my girls, and also work opportunities came up. And I just, like, I love my work. Like, if you guys know me, you know I love to teach yoga, and I love to do these sessions with you, and that is really important to me, and it brings me so much joy. And suddenly opportunities for work came up, which I did create for myself, but I had the clarity to create it. Because before, when I was in that space of survival and just trying to figure out what was happening with my life, I didn't have the clarity of what to do. So I think when I had the clarity, I knew which steps I needed to take to do the things that I love to do, and that is teaching yoga, coming here, and also creating this. Like, in the last year, I started doing these self-love sessions in June last year, and it has brought me so much joy, and I feel like it's really allowed me to turn my pain into purpose and allow me to help others and share my experience and my journey of going through a heartbreak, and how I've now been able to create a life that I'm falling in love with. So I really do value it. I value the whole experience that I went through. It's really important to look back on it and understand why you went through it all. And when you do that process of moving through your emotions, you will start to understand why you went through it all. And, if you go through that and you do that work, you do that inner work, I promise you that your future will be so bright. It will be so bright. It will be so full of joy and happiness and everything that you deserve. So just make sure that you take the time for yourself, and it's really imperative that you be kind to yourself. It's so important that you be kind to yourself, to be compassionate, and to really up the self-love, like really up your levels of self-love. Do things for yourself that you love to do, whether it's just going to the gym, going for walks in nature, reading a book that you really enjoy reading. Just do things that you love to do. Nourish yourself with good, healthy food, and nourish yourself with the people that lift you up as well. And take yourself and remove yourself out of spaces where you do not feel loved or where you do not feel like you belong. And really nurture and look after yourself. And I promise you, your future will be so bright. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. I hope it resonated with you. I just want to say thank you for everybody who's joined in. Like, there's been so many of you: Jaina, Ekva, Lena, Marcus, Sharon, Lali, Sheena, Amita, Auntie, Shiv. Thank you so much for all of you for joining in. I really, really appreciate your presence in this space. And I also just would encourage you to just share this with people that will resonate with it, will understand it, will connect with it. And if it helps them, then that would be amazing. And yeah, just spread the love. Please just spread the love. That would be so good. I think, Kajal, you've just signed in just now, but just to let you know, I have just finished this session, but you can catch up with this on my profile page, and I'll also put it onto YouTube. But otherwise, wishing you a really lovely Sunday, whatever you're doing. I hope it is full of love, and make sure you put yourself into spaces where you feel loved, and you can really feel that sense of self-love and compassion for yourself. But yeah, take care, and I'll be back here next week at 9 a.m. Take care. Bye.